Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Mechanics Monday. What is Mechanics Monday? Well, it is a series where I go through some mechanics that you might find on maps and I store them into one world. Copy them into structure blocks and so you can add them into your own maps at will. So, the way this works is that I've got a few lanes. Down this magma lane are going to be different inbuilt enemies that you can use. And down here are going to be some pre-made items. So basically I'm storing pre-made inventions which you guys can easily install into your map. Now you can actually edit these as well, but the purpose of this is just to make things a little bit easier on you all. So let's go into the items section over here, and there's two big billboards at the moment. They're a work in progress here. So what we have here is a lightweight set 1 of items, and so up here I've got what it's strong against, swarms of weak enemies, and what it's weak against, ranged enemies and high damage mobs. So you'll notice that there are 6 tiers for each one. So if I get a lightweight helm, for instance, then you can see it's a tier 1, gives me 10% speed when I put it on, and 1 armor as well. Whereas a tier 6 would be much more powerful. I wouldn't recommend giving out the tier 6 ones because these ones are extremely overpowered. So these ones are weak and these ones are really strong. I would recommend going up to 4, and if you really want to be generous, then give them a 5 or a 6 if you want. So we have our lightweight set, and then we also have our, this is going to be our average set 1. So this one just gives me like extra armor. It doesn't really adjust your speed at all. So these are tier 2 armors. So as you can see, that does adjust my speed, so I need to edit that, of course. Also works for swords as well. Here is a lightweight sword. That's a tier 1. So as you can see, it doesn't do a lot of damage and it's a little bit on the slow side. However, something from tier 5 does a lot of damage and it's pretty fast as well. So if I have a few creepers here, place those on the ground, you can see I can pretty much kill them really quickly. So this is good against swarms of mobs because, as I said, like sweep attack is awesome for dealing with swarms of mobs, but not very good with ranged ones because you need to kill them as fast as possible, and for that you need like a high damage sword. Also, we have some pre-made items with custom effects. Lightning, of course. So if I spawn in a creeper and whack it, you'll see it gets struck down by lightning. However, if I get this slowing thing, then I hit it and you can see it's affected by slowness. So I still need to add tons and tons and tons of these abilities. And to give yourself this custom item, all you have to do is give it the slowing tag or the lightning tag and such. So the purpose of all this is that everything is kind of pre-made. Obviously you need to implement these yourself if you were to use this in a map, but it saves you having to code up the like attributes and things like that. I've got a damage value on the end of these as well, just in case you want to use that for custom MBT or custom textures as well. Now let's go over here to the magma lane, and I've only added 18 new unique mobs so far, and they all come in sets, 6 tiers again. So here are our speedy mobs. So the stats can be here. So this one's got a speed of 0.3 and attack damage of 3. And so what it does is that it has an entity data on anything with a tag of speed 1, basically. So if I were to summon in something with a tag of speed 1, then its entity data will be adjusted. So here are our super fast ones, and let's fight these guys with our tier 3 armor. So as you can see, because I have lightweight armor, I can pretty much avoid these guys, and as soon as they come up to me, I'm pretty damn safe. Whereas if I had like a heavy set, then these guys would be hitting me quite frequently. So an average set wouldn't be too bad either. So more interesting mobs and more interesting items are soon to come. I mean, I know I've gone with a very standard formula where you have slow but really strong, really weak but really fast, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to put that to an end as soon as I can, because these are just guides not the Holy Bible, you can use only these items, that kind of stuff. So as well as our super lightweight speedy mobs, we have our average mobs as well, which are right here. So this is basically what you'd expect from like generic guys, except for the one speedy guy that will come up to me. Does a fair bit of damage, but that again, that's the tier 6. Tier 6 ones, tier 5 ones, really overpowered. Tier 1 and 2, they're going to pose pretty much little to no threat. So as you can see with my lightweight set, I can fend these guys off pretty easily. Now I'm only getting hit because I'm being a bit reckless. Okay, so, and because I have a lightweight sword, tier 3, it's taking a while to kill these guys. So, this doesn't affect health, by the way. Our attributes that will affect health will come soon though, because those will be for you to implement. So here are our slow but super powerful ones. Okay, so that guy wasn't that powerful, but this guy running at me, yeah, really bad if he hits me. So this is a tier 6, not something that you want to mess with, but overall, these guys are pretty easy. There'll be harder mobs to come. And they're all husks as well. And yes, before you ask, the lightning will work on them as well. So if I were to go over here, okay, they've all despawned. Let's fight them again. So now you can test out the other weapons now. I still need to create an official testing arena so you can test all these mechanics for yourself. But that's something I'll just have to look for in the future, pretty much. So, what do you guys think of this idea? Would you use this? And yes, I am thinking of putting in other things as well. It's not going to be limited to items and mobs, obviously. I will also have mechanics like moving platforms, maybe even unique ideas for puzzle maps, like you know those, I love those like mirror ones, you know, when people put down the banners and a laser shoots off and you have to solve a puzzle. Yeah, things like that. So it would be good for puzzle maps as well. Again, don't use this as like the only way to make maps, because if you just use my creations, then it's not really your map, is it? So the idea of this is to help you accelerate the process and use all the features in here as a guide to help you out with the maps, not as something that you must follow. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this series that's coming up. Also, a super special thank you to my 3 Patreons of last month. Patrick donated $5, Kyle donated $5, and Ner731 also donated $5, which I am thrilled about. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I cannot really thank you enough. So, awesome job, guys. I look forward to more map mechanics in the future, but for now, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.